Hello everyone, I'm the Aussie Traveler on the 24th of September. Welcome to the show. Well, hasn't it been a big week since we last talked? Of course, the big announcement that was mentioned from Indonesia was the announcement to open the business application visas for offshore entry or single entry into Indonesia. The B211. If that's what you're looking at. Well, you can now start to apply for that. At the end of this show, I'm going to give you a few tips on what you can do to help you through that application. Well, I've been making my homemade nasi goreng. I think I do okay, but it's not as good as what you can get in Indonesia. I'm sure I just can't get it right, but those people know how to do it. And of course my tea that I bring over from Indonesia. Anyway, let's have a look at what is going on and what is possibly going to keep going on in the near future in Indonesia. Isn't it really exciting about what information we're getting out of Indonesia at the moment? And that visa application, that offshore visa application, has just been magic. This is great news. And remember, we have got some awesome information coming out of Indonesia next month, October. It's not that far away, and I promise you this is going to be exciting. You're going to love the announcement that the Indonesian government is going to be making. Okay, a lot of people have been asking me this big question, and I haven't been able to get a lot of information on it. It's actually very difficult to get replies back at the moment because of where we are at the moment with international travel. And of course, I'm talking about insurance. You need insurance to be able to get into Indonesia. Even with this offshore B211 visa, you're going to need to show them that you have insurance. And the big question is can you get insurance to get into Indonesia at the moment, or to protect you while you're there? Well, the short answer is yes, you can. There is an insurance company that is offering insurance while you're in Indonesia, and especially with this B211 business visa. The insurance company is called, and I'm not affiliated with these guys, or nor are they giving me any throwbacks or anything, they're called AIG Insurance. If you fly with Emirates, the major airline company that flies around the world, they are offering the AIG insurance when you buy a ticket through them. But if you're not flying with them, get hold of AIG Insurance, Google them, and have a look at their policy. Couple of things you're going to want. You're going to want medical insurance. You're going to want, accident insurance. And what everyone wants to know now is, do you get COVID insurance? Is that even possible? Well, AIG is offering COVID insurance. I'll read it to you. It's on their page. It says here, where is it? Insurer AIG is also offering policies that cover you for COVID-19 related illnesses. It's there in black and white, folks. AIG is offering insurance for travel into Indonesia at the moment, and you are covered for COVID-19 related illnesses. This is awesome. Come next month, when they start to announce other, I shouldn't really say this, but come next month, possibly they may start letting you know that tourism may be allowed to start applying for a visa. I didn't really say that, but you're going to need insurance for that one as well. And other insurance companies are going to start coming on board. I am getting a little bit of information, but I'm not getting a lot of information about what policies are going to be available. Look, if you actually have an insurance company that you're talking to, and maybe you can send me a link, or you can send me a message and say, hey Russ, I'm talking to these people, how about you talk to them? I'd love to, because I'd really like to get a dedicated show just on travel insurance. A lot of people are asking me for it. So please, contact me if you've got some ideas, or you've got some companies that maybe you're talking to. I'd love to hear from them, and maybe a link or two. That'd be fantastic, because insurance is a biggie. You're gonna want to make sure that you have medical insurance, accident insurance and COVID illness insurance. You're gonna need that. The Indonesian government is constantly looking at the improvements that's going on in Indonesia at the moment as far as COVID is concerned. So they really are looking into it, and they are starting to get information ready to start to be released again for October. So again, we're going to start hearing some major information coming out of Indonesia about tourism and how it's going to look in the future come October. Now, I'm really looking forward to that. The tourism minister over there has made a few announcements, if you like, about who may be the first lot of countries that may be invited into Indonesia first up. And this may mean that they'll have that corridor system where they can come into Indonesia and they won't have to do that hotel quarantine. Hopefully, if the countries that they're coming from have a really good vaccination rate, they won't need to do the quarantine. This is what the corridor system is going to look like. But again, come next month, they're going to start making announcements on that. But what countries do you think will be invited into this corridor system? Well, they have made announcements, and it's looking like Singapore, New Zealand, South Korea, Japan, Fiji. This may be the first lot of countries that may be invited to be part of this corridor system. Again, it's a step in the right direction. Australia isn't part of that system just yet. We're not sure where the countries are and how they're communicating. I know that our tourism over here, our tourism industry minister and the tourism industry minister over there, they are talking, but again, they're not releasing any information. But if you have a look at the other side of the coin, Qantas, our major airline here in Australia, did say when I contacted them last month in their media department, I asked them, what's going on? They said that their first release of their media information, saying that they're going to start international travel come December, if November's vaccination rates are up around 80%, they're going to start flying. Well, that's common knowledge now. But they also said to me that they may include in their next media release some more countries that they're going to add to that list. Also, we have a person on the ground that knows that a lot of their aeroplanes that have been in storage are starting to come out. They're starting to get them ready to fly. And we really need them to be looked at because they've been sitting in storage for a while. So we don't want to get in a dusty old aeroplane. But they are bringing them out and they are tidying them up, and I'm sure they're going to get it up to speed and, whatever they do with those aeroplanes to get them up to scratch. I'm sure it's going to be correct. But one tip is some of the airplanes that used to fly into Indonesia, Philippines and Thailand, they're the planes that they're bringing out. So what could that possibly mean? Does that mean they're going to open up that as well? Not sure. But it is something that is going on anyway. So they are bringing planes out. They're getting them ready. There's other airlines as well. Singapore Airlines, is talking about flying, regularly into Indonesia. Again, nothing's really been mentioned about that. It's just hearsay at the moment. No documents have been released. So things are actually happening. Okay. Let's have a look at what requirements and what paperwork you're going to need to fill in an application to get that B211 visa, single entry into Indonesia. Let's have a look at that. So let's make it clear that right now, the tourism minister has made it quite clear that tourism visa, the free entry visa that used to be able to get into Indonesia, is still not available at the moment. You can't apply for a tourism visa at the moment. It's just not going to happen. And that comes from the tourism minister in Indonesia. It's not available at this stage. Okay, but if you do want to apply for the business visa, it's a single entry visa, or one of them is the B211A is a single entry visa into Indonesia, which can give you up to 90 days, I think. Check with an agent, but I think that's what it is. What are the requirements for you to get that? Let's have a look. Got it written here. Okay, for the offshore visa application, the requirements are a scanned passport must be in date 12 months. Used to be 6 months, now it's 12 months. So your visa, your passport must be in date for no less than 12 months. Okay, full vaccination card certificate from your country. You're gonna need that certificate saying that you've had your COVID shots, what the COVID shot is, and the dates that you had them in. And it must be written so they can understand it. From your country, you'll need that, okay? You'll need that visa card certificate saying that you've had both of your jabs, your vaccinations, the name of your vaccinations, and you must have that clearly written. Okay, you must also have a bank statement. You must be able to prove to the Indonesian tourism immigration that you have money in your account. Believe you me, people do go into Indonesia without any money. Go a week and they run out. But you must prove for however long you're going to stay there for that you can afford to be there. That's simple. Makes sense. Okay, negative PCR test. I think it's up to 70 hours before you leave, or while you're leaving, before you leave your country, and before you into Indonesia, 70 hours. You must have that PCR test, and it must be negative before you even attempt to enter into the country. You've got to pay the fee for your application. I won't mention that because it might get me into trouble. Okay, the vaccination of your vaccine must be, that certificate that I told you about, must be sent to the Indonesian government. They must approve it first. I'll put a link at the bottom here so you can send that application, that certificate that you get from your country saying you had your COVID shots, the 2 of them, and their dates and the type of vaccination you've had. And I'll give you the link that you must send that to as well. But again, the easiest thing to do is to deal with an agent. They do all this stuff and they get it right. Now, the next one, a lot of people's asking me about, you must show them that you have a return ticket. Okay, if you're going to stay there for 90 days, you're going to need a return ticket. Okay, if you're going to stay there for 2 weeks, still got to have a return ticket. You've got to have that. Now, whether your airline company will let you change that, talk to them. My airline company does. So I could book it to go into Indonesia. 2 weeks later, I could extend my return. But at least you've shown the government that you've got a return ticket. You must have a return ticket. Please don't ask me, do you got to have a return ticket? Yes, you got to have a return ticket. Okay, that's a biggie. Next one, travel insurance. We talked about this briefly. You're going to need to show them that you have travel insurance. Is it available? Yes, it is. There's one company that you can get travel insurance with. There may be more, but I'm not quite aware of them just yet. So I'd like your help on that, please. If you have some insurance companies that you're talking to and they have got a policy that they're releasing, I'd love to hear from them. That would be fantastic. And of course, the negative PCR result must be valid. Okay, it must be negative, and before you enter into Indonesia, and they will check. I'm absolutely damn sure they will, because that's what they're all training to do there at the airports at the moment. Okay, there's not much more I can say at the moment, apart from come October, we've got some major news coming out of Indonesia. What's it going to be? Well, we kind of know what it is. It could have something to do with tourist visas. It may not, but it may do. I'm excited, and I hope you are too. We really need to get over there and support Bali and Indonesia. I know people are missing it. I know I am, and I know you are from your comments. This is really a major step forward. The airline companies are coming on board. We've now got insurance companies coming on board. All we're going to need now is to start booking our flights into Indonesia. You're going to need to talk to your airline companies about that and about their cancellation policies as well. Have a talk to them about that. Maybe talk to an agent and see where they're up to as well. But I think you'll find that come October, when announcements will start being more rapid coming out of Indonesia, I think you'll find that we're going to start getting a lot more information on insurance companies. We're going to get more deals on air flights. Quite expensive at the moment, I'm told, but that may change. It's just a big round circle, like a big donut at the moment. It's going round and round. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you get something out of this. Catch you next time.